They stepped into the spotlight to give a live performance their fans would never forget. But tragedy struck before the final chord. These are 10 rock musicians who passed away live on stage in front of the fans who came to see them one last time. Number 1. Dimebag Darrell. On December 8, 2004, during a damage-planned show at the Alrosa Villa nightclub in Columbus, Ohio, tragedy struck. Just seconds into their opening song, a deranged fan stormed the stage and shot Dimebag at point-blank range. It wasn't random. The shooter blamed Dime for Pantera's breakup, a twisted belief that led to a horrifying act. In the chaos, 3 others were killed, and the horror unfolded in front of a packed crowd. A heroic police officer ended it with a single sniper shot. He wasn't just a guitarist, he was a force of nature. As the face-melting shredder behind Pantera and later Damage Plan, Dimebag helped define an era of groove metal with a sound as brutal as it was precise. Dimebag's death is one of the most shocking moments in music history. A brutal reminder that even on a stage filled with light and sound, darkness can find a way in. Number 2. Longley. On February 20th, 2003, the band Great White took the stage at the Station nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Just seconds into their set, a pyrotechnic effect lit up the back of the stage, and within moments, the club was on fire. The flames spread with terrifying speed, igniting the soundproofing foam on the walls and ceiling. Panic set in. People rushed to the exits, smoke filled the room, and chaos overwhelmed the venue. Within minutes, the building was engulfed. Guitarist Longley never made it out. Some reports say he had escaped and went back inside, possibly to help others or to retrieve his gear. No one can say for sure. What's certain is that he was one of the 100 people who lost their lives that night in what became one of the deadliest nightclub fires in U.S. history. Ty was known for his energy on stage and his deep love for playing live. That night, he showed up to give fans a show. He never could have imagined it would be his last. Number 3. Judge Dredd. On March 13th, 1998, British ska and reggae performer Judge Dredd took the stage at the Penny Theatre in Canterbury. It was supposed to be just another night of laughter, music, and his famously cheeky lyrics. But shortly after finishing his set, Judge Dredd collapsed backstage from a massive heart attack. For a few surreal moments, the crowd thought it was all part of the act. His performances were often outrageous, filled with satire and over-the-top theatrics, but this time it wasn't comedy. It was real. Though he wasn't mid-song when it happened, his collapse came immediately after stepping off stage, with his final moments still wrapped in the spotlight of live performance. While best known for his reggae and ska hits, Judge Dredd lived the outrageous no-limits lifestyle of a true rock star. Banned by the BBC, loved by fans, and never one to tone it down. His sudden passing marked the end of a truly unique voice in music history, an artist who performed right to the very end. Number 4. Nick Menza. On May 21st, 2016, drummer Nick Menza was on stage at a small Los Angeles club called The Baked Potato, performing with his jazz metal fusion band, OHM. The setting was intimate, the crowd just feet away, locked into the rhythm. Then, in the middle of a song, Nick suddenly collapsed behind the drums. At first, some thought it was part of the show, but the music stopped. He didn't move. Fans and bandmates rushed to help, but Menza had suffered a massive heart failure. He was pronounced dead shortly after. Nick Menza had once played for thousands as the powerhouse drummer of Megadeth during their golden era in the 90s. Albums like Rust in Peace and Countdown to Extinction were defined by his tight, thunderous playing. He brought precision to chaos, discipline to speed. Even after Megadeth, Menza never stopped exploring rhythm. Whether it was progressive rock, fusion, or metal, he stayed curious and committed to the stage. Number 5. Mark Sandman. On July 3, 1999, during a performance at a music festival in Palestrina, Italy, Mark Sandman collapsed mid-set while playing with his band Morphine. It happened quickly. He slumped on stage in the middle of a song and never regained consciousness. Despite immediate medical attention, he was pronounced dead shortly after. The cause? A sudden heart attack. Mark Sandman wasn't your typical frontman. He played a 2-string slide bass, sang in a deep baritone whisper, and led one of the most unconventional bands of the 90s. Morphine's sound was a smoky blend of jazz, blues, and alternative rock, moody, minimalist, and hypnotic. Albums like Cure for Pain and Yes gained cult followings, especially among fans looking for something outside the mainstream. Sandman himself was the essence of cool, quiet, mysterious, endlessly creative. I hear a voice cry out. He died in the middle of doing what he did best, commanding the stage without ever raising his voice. His loss was sudden and, for fans of Morphine, deeply surreal, like the final note of a dream that ended too soon. Let's pause for a second. From Dimebag's tragic shooting to Mark Sandman's quiet collapse, each story leaves a mark. Which one hit you the hardest? Did you ever see any of them live? Share your memories in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Number 6, Les Harvey. On May 3rd, 1972, guitarist Les Harvey stepped on stage with his band Stone the Crows at Swansea Top Rank in Wales. As he reached for the microphone, a surge of electricity shot through his body. The mic hadn't been properly grounded. In front of a live audience with his bandmates watching in horror, Les was electrocuted on stage. He was just 27 years old. Harvey had been a rising star in the British blues rock scene. With his soulful guitar work and gritty tone, he brought raw power to Stone the Crows, an up-and-coming band with a passionate following. His death shocked the music world and led to major changes in live performance safety standards. But for those who were there that night, and for fans who discovered the band later, it was more than a cautionary tale. It was the loss of a true talent, gone far too soon. Number 7, Sib Hasian. On March 22, 2017, drummer Sib Hasian was performing aboard the Legends of Rock cruise, playing classic hits in front of fans surrounded by open sea. Mid-set, without warning, he collapsed behind the drum kit. Attempts to revive him were made on board, but Sib was pronounced dead shortly after. He was 67 years old. Hasian rose to fame as the drummer for Boston, one of the biggest arena rock bands of the 70s. His tight, booming grooves were the backbone of massive tracks like More Than a Feeling and Peace. While many musicians fade from the spotlight with age, Sib never stopped performing. Even decades after Boston's heyday, he was still giving fans the music they loved, live, loud, and with heart. His final moments weren't in a hospital or alone backstage. They were on stage, in rhythm, doing what he'd always done, driving the beat one last time. Number 8, Mike Scaccia. On December 22, 2012, guitarist Mike Scaccia was performing at the Rail Club in Fort Worth, Texas, playing a birthday show with his original band, Rigor Mortis. In the middle of a song, he suddenly collapsed on stage. At first, the crowd thought it was part of the performance. Mike was known for his intense stage presence, but the music stopped. He never got back up. He had suffered a fatal heart attack. He was just 47. Scaccia was best known for his work with Industrial Metal Pioneers Ministry, where his lightning-fast tremolo picking and machine-like precision became a signature part of their sound. He also played with Revolting Cocks and helped shape the sound of underground metal throughout the 90s and 2000s. Despite his speed and aggression on guitar, offstage Mike was known as humble, kind, and deeply dedicated to his craft. He spent his final moments doing what he loved, on stage with lifelong friends, surrounded by fans, lost in the sound of his guitar. Number 9, Bruce Hampton. On May 1st, 2017, at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, musician Bruce Hampton was center stage during his own 70th birthday celebration. Surrounded by friends, family, and a full lineup of performers honoring his legacy, he collapsed during the final encore. At first, no one moved. The moment seemed surreal. Hampton was known for his eccentric, unpredictable stage presence. Many thought it was a bit, but as the band kept playing and he remained motionless, the truth set in. He died shortly after being taken off stage. Bruce Hampton was a cult hero in the jam band scene, a founding father of the Aquarium Rescue Unit, and a mentor to countless Southern musicians. His music was strange, brilliant, and improvisational, blurring genres and defying labels.
I took a job somewhere down in Hume, baby.
The concert was a tribute to his life and, unknowingly, became his final send-off. He took his last breath under the spotlight, surrounded by music, laughter, and love. A final bow that no one saw coming.
Waiting and I'm tired of hesitating. Lord, I got to be with you.
Number 10. Country Dick Montana. On November 8, 1995, during a live show in Whistler, British Columbia, Country Dick Montana was behind the drum kit, mid-song, delivering his usual wild and unfiltered energy, when he suddenly slumped over and collapsed. Fans thought it was part of the act. Montana was known for unpredictable antics and dark humor on stage, but moments later, it became clear. This time, it wasn't a joke. He had suffered a fatal heart attack. He was just 40 years old. As a founding member of the Beat Farmers, Country Dick was a cult figure in the roots rock and cowpunk scenes. With a booming voice, larger-than-life personality, and an offbeat charm, he gave every performance a sense of rowdy unpredictability.
From the lights of a barroom to rented hotel room, we walked without talk.
He was loud, fearless, and unforgettable. And in true Country Dick fashion, he went out doing what he did best, making people laugh, cheer, and lose themselves in the music.
Feeling in my bones as I have my way. Hubba, 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 hubba. I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy.
That wraps up our list of 10 rock stars who tragically died live on stage. If you want to keep exploring the lesser-known side of rock history, don't miss our next video. 30 obscure bands you need to hear. It's packed with hidden gems and forgotten legends. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the music alive.